What's up guys, it's William Jones with Golf Speed, and today I'm going to give you 3 exercises that will specifically translate into speed, into real athletics, but for me specifically golf, that you can do anywhere at home. And this last one, what I'm going to get to over here, you've probably never even seen before. So now this one, I've got a 6-pound slam ball. This is a rubber ball with sand in it, so when you drop it, it just doesn't move. Next, I have an old driver shaft. And then I have a few Frisbees that I've got off Amazon. Now, all these right here, I will preface this before we do any of these exercises, stretch, get warmed up. As you can see, I'm sweaty. I've already gone through a med ball workout, stretch, and I've ran a mile too. So I'm pretty loose. So I'm really able to probably try and do things to really work on speed, because the number one thing you want to focus on is not getting injured, because if you get injured, you can't work out, you can't practice, you can't get better. So make that number one. Let's get started. All right, so I got to start with slam ball first, mainly because I like to go because these are progressively for generating speed. As always, I like to do something that's not going to be able to create so much speed I train my body. Here comes the slam balls right here. What I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take a normal stance. I'm going to get the sand and the weight at the very bottom of this. And then from here, I'm going to do a backswing up, and then I'm going to throw this right down here. So it's just going to look like this. I'm just going to do this a few times just for example here. So up, bam. Pick it up, bam. And I'm getting progressively faster with that. As always, I'm going to do both sides. So All right, so after that, I'm grabbing a driver shaft. Granted, no club head, no weights, nothing on this. This is where an overspeed training starts hitting during these sets. So me, I'm just gonna do this with just my left arm today, but we'll do this with both. I will preface it with this. Really what you need here is a swing radar or something to measure the speed here so that you're timing the speed correctly, and that you're also having some baseline to work against, because feel is not real. Just because you think you're swinging it faster does not mean you're swinging it faster. But regardless, this is overspeed training. You will 100% swing this faster than your typical driver. So I'm just gonna do left arm only today. So I'm gonna come here, normal stance, swing. Now you can also do this with just your right hand, but just for me, for what I'm working on in my golf swing right now is really getting more coordinated with my left hand, so I'm not gonna do that. But opposite side, we always do opposite sides. The faster you can swing opposite handed, the faster you will swing normal. So here. 3. Hopefully you would have had swing radar. You could measure each and every one of those. Go to the other videos. You can see me do this with swing radar and learn how fast I'm actually swinging and how I work it up progressively. But this is really good for overspeed training, extremely well. You can even use a golf shaft or like an alignment rod. I really like to use golf shafts. All right, so I waited to do this, not just to keep you watching the video, but specifically because this right here normally has the highest chance of. All right, so I waited to do this at the end of the video, not just to make you watch the video, but because this is one of those things that I do at the end, because it's a very big movement and it's done very fastly. So I've never seen anybody else do this. I'm not saying that I'm the only one that's ever done this, but I've done this for a couple years. So when I come through here at the end of this set, and again, I'll do this multiple times, what I'm gonna do, and I'll do 2 different variations and I'll show you both of them, is I'm gonna come to the end and throw Frisbees. Now these are very lightweight, cheap Amazon Frisbees, and they're even lighter than the golf shaft. So this is like the bare amount of weight that I can actually put on. And what I'm working on here is slinging my left arm off my body. I'm really working on that torso rotation and going through here. Now why this is so great is because I'm still having to direct that energy down the line. Now, for whatever purpose you want, you can learn how to direct this up and left, down the middle, right, whatever you want. But again, I'm just right here. And I'm throwing it pretty fast. Now from here on this first set, what I'm really doing is I'm staying pretty centered. I might have a little bit of a foot off, but I'm not doing much. Very straight down towards the target. Again, always do it opposite handed. I can't reiterate this enough. It's probably more imperative if you're wanting to create speed to learn how to decelerate and use your opposite side. You're going to have the better chance of creating more speed if you learn how to swing and do these movements opposite-handed than overspeeding or anything else. This is what's really going to give you another gear in speed, is this opposite hand. So same thing, same stance, just kind of throwing it down, throwing it, really slinging that. And my arm is moving just the same on plane as like a golf swing would. So don't think you're done. These are things that you can do at home. I always do these in 3 different sets. So each one is more progressive to the next, because what I'm trying to do is get my body to move faster and faster and do it safely where I'm not gonna be injured. So if I start off at the very beginning and I'm sore or anything else like that, I'm not stretched, I'm feeling tight, I stop, because again, it is more important to not get injured than it is to finish this workout, because if you get injured, you can't practice, you can't get faster, and you can't get better. So again, every single one of those that we just did was at about a shoulder width stance here. For this next set, again, as every one of them gets more progressively, I'm gonna do this with feet together. Every single one of these movements is gonna start with feet together, backswing movement, and then a step. So here we go. Just like that on this one. We're gonna go through that set, and then on this other side, step onto it. Same thing with the golf shaft. Even just the one arm, I'm gonna start feet together. I'm gonna go here, step over. That was the left hand, now we're gonna go right hand, backswing, step over. Same thing with the Frisbee, is I'm gonna start as I started here before, which is just a little step. Now I'm gonna start feet together and throw it. And what I'm learning to do in this one is learning how to move this mass, and I'm adding this mass movement in through here. Now, that's the second set. The third step is going to be a crow hop or some other type of movement here. So from here, I'm going to start feet together, bam. There, I'm gonna go here. And it's harder to do, especially that opposite side. Going with the golf shaft, going here, there, there. With the Frisbee again, starting off here, and throwing it. And I'm gonna go through those. Generally, once you're getting into I would almost go like the first one, 10 or 12, the next one, 6 or 8, and then the last one, 6 or 8, because it's really, what you're practicing on these isn't so much just the arm speed, but also the movements and the coordination with your body to move momentum and mass on here. So hope you enjoyed these. Again, when you see me do these exercises, I have already stretched, I've ran a mile, and I've already done at least a 15 to 20 minute med ball warm up before I even start on these things too. So I can't stress this enough. Get loose. There is nothing worse that could happen to your golf game or your sports career than to come in here and try and swing faster and get hurt and then have to wait, a month at a time to come back and play again. So hope you enjoy these videos. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Check out all my other videos. I'm gonna have more and more coming out here, because one thing I do love to do is to work out with a purpose, specifically for a sport or something else. I do a lot of different other sports, but for golf, one of my favorite things to do is to hit the ball a very long way. And then after I hit the ball a long way and everybody goes, "Oh my God, how'd you do that?" I go, "I don't know, it just comes natural to me." Little they know, I do this a few times a week. So thanks for tuning in.